How the fuck are ya, you lactose-intolerated, post-digestion banana splits? Galactic Criminal here. Today we got ourselves some prog boys out of Boston, Mass. That is, of course, if I got the correct Disgrace book. Now, a couple of days ago, my boy Metal Burb did a reaction of these dudes, and in the title for the video he exclaimed, "One of the best songs I've heard in years." That definitely caught my attention. I thought maybe I'll give these guys a listen, but then the dude continued to spray his fappy exclamations all over social media. It's like, okay, there seems to definitely be something about this. I'm sure I'll be checking them out in the future. And then, as if by serendipity, the band reached out to me on the exact same day asking if I would check out the song. Now, in that email, they also referenced one of my absolute favorite reaction discoveries of all time from like 3 years ago, The Native Construct. So now with a combination of that, some of the other influences I'm seeing here in their Disgrace book, and the fact that a bunch of these dudes went to Berkeley for music, I have a pretty good idea of what we're gonna get here. But then again, when it comes to prog, it's kind of 50-50 for me, so my intrigue is way up here, but I'll keep my expectations down here. Just in case. Aviations. Outliers. 1, 2. Woo! In THX. It's pretty. Kitty. Okay.
Second to look, be afraid of what we took. See the light inside, hurry yourself, confide. A life worth living.
Nice. Get it.
We
That was heavy. Yo. It's so crazy to me still how many people could say that there's no beauty when it comes to metals or anything else. No, it's just... Okay. Unnecessary long fade out at the end there, I guess. I don't know. Just waiting for the end of the video. Man, it's amazing to me how many people can still say you can't find beauty in chaos when it comes to metal. I mean, even just like the heavier stuff, how you can't find beauty in the rhythm and the structure and everything in it. But then when it comes to something like this, what do they call it cozy metal? Cozy metal, I guess, or cozy prog or something. It was in their Disgrace book. I dropped the page already. I can't remember, but I mean, that's definitely a great way to put it. Oh, man. I have thoughts. Honestly, I can 110% understand why the Burb feels the way he does about this song. That was kind of triumphant. Like I said, the beauty and the chaos just mashed together like an art form, dude. It's been a while. It has been a while since back then, like 2017, when I listened to a lot more of those experimental type bands getting into like the prog genre. Do bands like Native Construct and Between Buried in Me, and I like Dream Theater as well, dude. A lot of the influences they say they have here I've listened to, and I like a lot of them I've not heard of that I'll have to take a listen to, but I was hearing those influences all through this, man. But very, very much their own sound. Again, something I don't think I've ever heard before. Now, Native Construct, one of my favorite songs I've ever discovered on the channel, but that was more theatrical in the performance of it, more so like than in the writing of it necessarily. I feel like this was more of like, again, I've said before, when the band writes something that feels more of a composition than it does just a typical verse chorus type of song. You know, I've always liked songs with structures like that, like punk bands like Propagandy. You know, a little bit more simple with like the like skate punk style or whatever, but like the structure is more like storytelling and theatrical and not necessarily verse chorus the entire way through, dude. I was feeling that in this. Just everything matched so perfectly. I'd never even thought of having like straight up piano with some certainly heavy sounding, but also like very melodic and soothing sounding metalcore. This was different. Definitely different. I wasn't expecting cleans the entire time, to be completely honest, especially with like some of the heavier chonk we got in this, with some of like the breakdowns and stuff. I thought maybe there would be some scream or some rasp coming over, and in a couple of moments, like kind of towards the end, there was a little bit of a push, a bit of a rasp there, which I feel would have been interesting to have a little bit more of like the heavy aggression and passion to the heavier style moments of the track. But I have a feeling that that's not the direction they wanted this song to be like, or their sound to be like in general. That's just me in my head. I like the screams. That's what I'm into now. So I think that would have been cool to have in here, kind of like a, oh, what the fuck are they called now? Fucking Persephone. The band Persephone I discovered some time ago, a progressive metal band, but they were mostly scream type vocals that I thought with their music, the way that it would have sounded interesting with a lot more cleans. So they had one track that had a clean style vocal on it, and I kind of wish the rest of their sound had incorporated that. So I think this would be interesting to hear it with screams, but it doesn't have to have it. It's just something off the top of my head, something that I'm listening to now, a lot of more scream type vocals. So just, I'm integrating that in my head as this is going along. But for what this was, I thought it was fantastic. Every single element of this was great. It was an experience, more so than it was a song. The vocals, man, I love the vocals. A lot of people aren't a big fan of the cleans, especially people who watch my channel. I mean, you saw the people with the animals, not animals, I was gonna say animals as leaders. Animals by Architects, people weren't into that because of like the clean style singing, and you might not think that I would be into something like that, and I am, and I have been. It's just not necessarily what I've been listening to, going out of my way to listen to recently. The vocal, the cadence is what really made it for the melodic nature and tone, just like fitting and sitting with the song so perfectly too. The drums were fantastic. I love the drums. Some really sick fucking accent moments, dude, and drops. Some fucking, like, especially toward the end, got really heavy too. Had a couple of moments here where I thought it was gonna get into like an even heavier sounding metalcore breakdown, but again, didn't really have to go there to pull you that much farther away from like the level playing field, I guess, of the song. Probably wouldn't have wanted to go too much deeper into that. That's probably why they didn't do that necessarily. The feature of the bass feature in this, you could really hear it. And I've kind of said before, and people have said in the past, you know, bassists doing the job correctly, you might not necessarily hear them. Then again, when you have like an orchestra, people are playing the cello, it's very predominant. And I kind of feel like that was the element that they were going for here. Maybe not so much. Maybe I'm just thinking too much into it, but I really liked the bass features, a lot of the cool highlight, like fill moments at the bass. And obviously guitars were phenomenal as well. A lot of really cool technical stuff happening here. But I like even more so when they got like more simplistic and melodic with it. And just like the changes back and forth between all those elements were friggin' awesome, dude. Some of the breakdowns, man, with like the piano playing like almost like China cymbals with the piano in the middle of it was really cool. Again, the piano melodies I thought were just perfectly placed in this. Incredible composition. And this isn't even their most recent stuff. It says this is a re-recording performance of this song from their debut album, Declaration of Sound. From what I'm recalling correctly, did it say that album came out in like 2012? 2013? Or was that the 27? No, I think that was. I can't remember. I just dropped the page. Who cares? It was cool. It was cool, and it's not even their most recent stuff. I am very much interested in checking out some more of this. I am very much interested in checking out some more of this. Hey, if you fucking... you're one of the fuckers and stuck with me till the end, fucking 11 minutes. What did you think of it? Do you agree with me? Let me know in the comments below. Of course, there'll be a link in the description for this video so you can go ahead and watch it for yourself. So screen for audio and get the full experience. And as always, have yourself a fantastic evening.